The Blessing Boys is a father and sons group with a widely popular YouTube channel and social media following. And what started as a way to spend time with his boys and teach them some valuable lessons about service and working together turned into a lifestyle and now a book. And so joining us is Dad, Justin Knoop, to discuss The Hidden Garden. Welcome, Justin, and congratulations on a book.
Hey, thank you so much. Super glad to be here.
So, first of all, yard work. It really started as yard work. What did you set out to do with your YouTube channel in the beginning, and how is it evolving? Just elaborate a bit more on that.
Sure. So initially, I just had a lawn care business that I did, and came across another video of a gentleman doing kind of what we do now across YouTube, and was super inspired by it. And having four boys, I thought, man, I would really love to involve them in this somehow. And so we set aside one day a week to go out and serve the community in this way. And so that's what kind of morphed and shaped into the YouTube channel. So initially, if anybody's ever done YouTube before, you start off, doing it completely free on your own time, all of your own expenses and stuff like that. So that's what we did. We went out one day a week. The boys helped me. We would transform yards. And amazingly, it started to grow very, very quickly and became like a real thing, a real opportunity.
Well, what grew faster, your yard business or the YouTube channel? Like, did you get to a point where you're like, I don't need to do this as a job. I'll just do this as a YouTube creator?
Yes, the YouTube channel definitely grew more quickly. I didn't expect that. We started it off kind of like, hey, we're going to do this on the side. This is just something we enjoy doing. And within about 6 months, it was really surpassing the success of my lawn care business. And so I continued to do it for about a year. We did both, but it was really, really demanding, like all the back end stuff and the editing and getting the videos out on social media and stuff. So I had to make a decision after about a year to actually shut down my lawn care business so I can just put everything into this full time.
Wow, which is awesome because really, like, this is a better way to spend your time with your family and just being able to bless people. How young were your kids when you taught them how to use power tools, by the way?
They were pretty young, but I tell everybody what we do is we have we start off with manual tools. So initially they'll start off with rakes and things that can't hurt them much, onto little pruners and stuff like that. Work our way up to push mowers, weed eaters, and then finally they graduate to the zero turn mower. So there's definitely a structure to it, but I started them off pretty young.
Yeah, yeah, wow. I mean, how has it been though as a dad, just watching thousands of people connecting with your kids, watching them grow through this channel? What does that mean to you as a dad?
It's been really amazing because I didn't start out with the intent of really thinking about how the audience would interact with my kids. It was more about how could I actually show my children what it means to serve others and to have a good work ethic and things like that. So it was more so me as a dad saying, hey, I don't want to just teach them with my words, but I want to take them out there and show them not only what it looks like to do this, but also the response and the impact that it makes on the people in our community.
I mean, what a great piece of advice for moms and dads who just want to get their kids involved, to work together. I mean, and what you've done, and this is what transitions into this book, is that you've tried to create this adventure for the boys, right? They get to do this, they have a mission together. So let's talk about this book. I mean, what sort of adventure are the boys led on in this book that may be the first of a series?
Yes. And so that's what I wanted to do actually, was kind of emulate and grab a picture shot, a snapshot of what we do in real life. And that is, we don't just consider these just regular lawn care jobs, but these are adventures with a very, very real mission to impact people and create change. We hope that when we leave these yards, it not only leaves a lasting effect on the person that we helped, but also the people that are viewing it. And so I thought, man, how could I put this in another form that could actually reach more than just our viewers, but maybe connect with the children and grandchildren, but the youth of our viewers? And that was to create the mission of this book. And so really in the book, it starts with if you go back on our YouTube channel, the very first yard we did, that's where the book actually starts. So there's so much truth in this book in reality. And so the mission becomes, we've got a little squirrel, his name's Squeaky in the video, that is trying to get the attention of the boys after they finish a yard, and basically takes them on this journey through their town to find this hidden garden. And the cool thing about the hidden garden is it contains so much beauty, but it's been neglected for so long. And so the boys become these heroes of not only cleaning up this hidden garden, but then taking what they've seen in the garden and spreading it through the town to impact the people in the town. And so that's kind of the overall view of the mission. And of course, in the book, they go through different challenges that they've got to overcome and really, really have to press into their faith to get through this mission. But that's kind of what it's about.
Yeah. And I love that because, yeah, like you said, faith plays such a huge part in overcoming these puzzles, these challenges together, but working together. I mean, what are some ways that we see the boys working together, supporting one another that you hope will inspire readers as well?
There's a few things that I pulled from my boys' own struggles in real life, like overcoming fear is one of them for my second oldest son. And so you'll see in the book that the boys have to encourage him when they have to go over what we call the bridge of courage. He's got to overcome that fear. And instead of just telling him he can do it, they actually grab his hand, pray with him, and walk over the bridge with him. There's another part of the book where we go through a maze, which is full of distracting things. And I found that my boys deal with that all the time. We try to focus on what is God's mission for your life. There are plenty of things that you can choose to do with your time that are not necessarily bad things, but are they distracting you from your purpose? So within this maze, you'll find different things that the boys are tempted to go off to, which distracts them from the fact that they're on the way to this garden to clean it up. They're on a mission. And so those are some of the things that they overcome in the book. And those were actually inspired by true events in our life.
Yeah. And true interests too, right? You're seeing the different interests. Yeah. It's so cool. I mean, they must love it that they're in a book.
Oh, they love it. They love the whole process. I'd never written a book before, so so thankful for the team that at Story Builders Press that I worked with that just helped me kind of bring this story to life and the pictures and everything. And the boys were so involved in that, and going over the illustrations and stuff. So yeah, they're so excited.
It's cool. It's your story. It's their story. As they grow up, they'll have this.
Yeah.
So just give us an example of one of the stories that you've heard after helping someone with their yard. Because like you said, it's a mission. It's so much more than just cleaning up a yard.
Yeah, so many amazing stories, so impactful. One of the ones that comes to my mind is we went to a house, me and my second oldest son. This particular day, it was just me and him. Knocked on the door like usual. Nice lady answered the door, told us we could mow the yard. Right before we finished, the husband came home and was just in tears, just such in shock that we would stop and do this. So as we talked to him, he let us know that his brother had recently passed away a few months ago. And he had been doing okay, but this particular day was the hardest day since he's passed. So he went to his boss, and his boss actually let him go home early. When he gets home, this is what he comes home to. And so the coolest part of that story was as I began to talk to him at the time, I was 37 years old, 38 years old, something like that. And he was telling me about his brother. And I was like, how old's your brother? And it turns out me and his brother were the same age. And so it was like this really special moment where he was super down and the Lord led us to this particular property. He does it all the time. It's just so amazing how we get to these properties. And he was super encouraged. We got to pray with him, and just he was super blessed by that day. It just really brought him out of the hole that day. And it was just an amazing story. And so that's just one of many, many interactions that we have just like that.
Wow. Well, I mean, speaking of having a mission and the Lord leading you somewhere, talk about a blessing buddy. What is a blessing buddy, and how can people become one?
Yeah. So it's funny. I think about one of my second cousins, my cousin's children that lives in New York. And my aunt actually keeps in touch with me a lot, and he reads the books and he watches the video and stuff like that. And she gets to tell me, he just loves going around. Anytime he sees a piece of litter on the ground or something like that, he's like, I got to go pick that up. I want to be a blessing boy. I want to be a blessing buddy and stuff like that. So what a blessing buddy is just somebody that can partner with us in their neighborhood, because obviously we're just one family. Right. And if the mission stops with our family, then we really fail in an overall sense. And so we know that we can only do so much. And so our job is not only to do what we do, but to inspire others to do it as well. And so when you become a blessing buddy, we encourage people all over to just do what you can. I like to let people know I wasn't this like magnificent lawn care guy with these special skills and ability. I was just an average dad that just wanted change enough in my community and in my children that I took action. And that's all it takes. Whatever your skills and abilities are, whatever tools you have around the house, you can utilize those to become a blessing buddy and impact the people around you.
That's so good. Justin Knoop, the dad of the Blessing Boys. You can find them on YouTube, on social media, and in this new book, The Hidden Garden. Justin, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.